What's up, everybody? So, this time we're going to talk about free lensing, which is also called sometimes lens whacking, which I have no idea why, because that sounds dangerous. As crazy as that sounds, you're not actually going to damage your camera or your lens doing this, which is frankly something that I was really concerned about when I was thinking about doing this. So I've never actually done it. I decided for this week we're going to make that be the project. So it's not necessarily a whole lot of Photoshop work. It's not necessarily a whole lot of any kind of editing. It's all in camera, and it's really cool because you can get sort of these tilt shift lens effects. So you get the weird like narrow band of focus and shallow depth of field. So it's really pretty cool and a lot of fun, but it does take a lot of practice to get good results with it. You're essentially going to be able to create like a macro look, but you also get some light leaks and everything else because, well, the lens is not attached to the camera. So what do you want to do or what considerations do you want to have when you're doing this? From what I've read and research and just in general thinking about this, you're going to want to use a smaller, wider angle lens, just because you're going to be fiddling around like holding this in front of your camera and doing this kind of thing. Using a big like 70 to 200 lens or something like that is going to be really unwieldy and difficult to keep control of. So highly recommend, and I know I've said this before in other things, but the little Nifty 50, if you have one of those, definitely use that. Otherwise, any wider angle lens, the smaller the lens you have, the easier it is to maneuver around and do this kind of thing. The other thing is you're going to want to shoot in live mode view, where you can actually see what's on the back of the, or see what you're, a live view mode where you can actually see, the image that you're about to take on the back of your camera. And last, probably want to shoot outdoors or somewhere where you have a lot of light to play with, because while you can't really do a whole lot of work with the aperture, you're going to want to shoot at a fast enough shutter speed so that like all this movement that you're doing with the camera and everything, you want to be able to capture a steady image. So a faster shutter speed is going to really help you. So aside from that, you're going to want to probably set your focus on your lens to infinity and maybe just back it off just a little bit. And this cheap old lens doesn't even have a focus scale, so I can't really tell where I'm at when I'm doing this other than just fiddling with it. So anyway, I am going to take this off. Other thing, probably don't want to do this if it's like super windy or there's a lot of dust flying around, or heaven forbid if you go into a desert and play with sand. Probably not a good idea. Just sand inside your camera's not a good thing. This is awkward. This thing's down on the ground. Anyway, there's a dandelion right here, so that's going to be my first thing to shoot, and the kids playing around here too. So anyway, live view, start. I am going to, yeah, it doesn't. Don't do that. Dropping lenses is bad. Nifty 50. Another reason to have a Nifty 50 is I don't care. Okay. Live view. All right. So, basically you just have to move around in and out, and if you separate the lens from the camera, it gives you this really funky macro look and a lot of really colorful light leaks, and of course the wind's blowing this around, so I'm having fun with that too. But we'll see what we get. Yeah, pretty cool. So when you're doing this, you want to try different angles with the lens, and just you can see on the back of the screen where your focus is. It's actually a pretty cool effect. Very nice. All right. Next up, I'm gonna go out into the bigger part of the yard. See what I can get. Jumping all over the place. See what I can get shooting with a little more direct sunlight out here in the clovers. Clovers? Clover. Yeah. We're gonna shoot in the clover. Oh, yeah. My yard is a mess. Yeah, well. What do you think? Right there, here's a nice little ray of light. Let's go with that. And drop this here. All right. Same kind of thing. Even more. Okay, fine. There we go. Can't see.
Mosquito.
Ah! Woo!
What?
I hate mosquitoes. Alright, so that's the other fun thing, being outside in my backyard where there's a lot of trees and plants and weeds, and man, this video's blown out. That's alright, whatever. You'll just have to deal with that. Mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. Blue cheese and mosquitoes. Two things in this world that I can do without. Anyway, we're gonna go see what I got here, and hopefully we'll have some good stuff to play with. Give it a try, see what you think. I think it'll be fun.